and the top story we're currently tracking is the skyrocketing petrol prices, which have hit an all-time high in 3 metros, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai. Petrol rates are at a record high since the last 4 days. But defending the centre's fuel price hike, Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas Hardeep Singh Puri informed that the rates raised for petrol and diesel in the country are very low as compared to other countries. Interestingly, India's daily rise in fuel prices found its latest critic in a member of the ruling NDA and BJP ally Janata Dal United, with the party's Principal General Secretary KC Tyagi calling for a rollback of the hikes in prices of petrol and diesel and cooking gas in the last 15 days.
We have raised the price of petrol by, I think, 9 rupees over 12 or 13 days when the international price has shot up. Now, I have something, sir. Gasoline at the pump, comparison between April 21 and March 22, in USA the increase percentage is 51%. In Canada, 52%. In Germany, 55%. UK, 55%. France, 50%. Spain, 58%. Sri Lanka, 55%. India, sir, 5%.
Yes,
our percentage increase is 1/10 of what it is elsewhere.
नहीं, ऐसे क्राइसिस पहले भी वर्ल्ड वाइड हुए हैं और तब भी हम लोग इन दामों को नियंत्रण करने में कामयाब हुए हैं। खाली इस तर्क के आधार पर हम अपने करोड़ों करोड़ जो उपभोक्ता हैं उनके जीवन को संकट में नहीं डाल सकते।
Every day approximately 1 rupee price of petrol is being hiked. This is okay as far as big executives or rich people are concerned who are driving Mercedes. It is becoming extremely difficult to sustain under this situation.
बहुत दिक्कत आ रहा है सर, अपना ग्रेड ही मैंने गिरा दिया है। पहले कार से आना जाना करता था, अब स्कूटर में आ गया हूँ।
अपना जो भी एनुअल इनकम रहता हो, मंथली इनकम रहता हो, उसमें अभी सर्वाइव करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो रहा है बिकॉज प्राइस इतने हाई हो चुके हैं कि बाइक चलाए ना चलाए वही अभी सोचने की बात हो रही है।
पॉकेट मनी बचा है कि पेट्रोल भरे वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है। एंड ऑल ऑफ सडन पहले कैसे होता था कि चलो बजट फ्रेंडली था तो 100 रुपीज़ में भी कभी भी निकल सकते थे, कि अभी पर बहुत सोचना पड़ता है। अभी ऐसे लग रहा है कि इलेक्ट्रिक बाइक्स ही लास्ट ऑप्शन है।
नॉट बेरेबल फॉर एवरीबडी and it has to be reduced.
You know, the lower class, you know, these auto drivers and the cab drivers, they're going to hit really bad. So I think it will be really nice if the government could do some concessions to those.
This is almost 10 rupee high compared to the price alone 2 weeks ago, and many say, particularly those poor people and lower middle classes, they say a significant part of their earnings go for fuel now. And with me Srikanth, who works for a local CCTV company. Srikanth, how does it impact you?
It's very difficult to survey our life because we are getting very less salary for getting more petrol and all. That is very difficult to survey actually. This is actually very drastic changes for.
Does your company pay you for any fuel allowance? Do they take into account the price rise?
Sorry?
Does your company pay you more for this?
Yeah, completely. This is different actually. That more different actually. Yeah.
Who should bring down the price? Central government or state government? Because the DMK promised 5 rupee cut, they brought it down only by 3 rupees.
Yeah, of course, is it the government, state, not state government. Actually, the central government only will come down the prices because they only decision taken. We enforce it. Tamil Nadu those struggle for this petrol prices. We day by day will increase. We can't survey now. So that's why a problem.
The parliament, the government today has said compared to the price rise in other countries like US, in India they only increased it slightly, marginally.
Yeah, why you compare that to the other country? Because we are comparing to our country, they are 10 times more actually going forward the industry. But our country is 10 times backward. So please don't comparing to other countries because we are not survey, no.
Lastly, is there a change the way you use your vehicle now? Reducing your usage?
Yeah, we are reducing because we can't put petrol for on daily basis. We have survey of the motor vehicle, so we can't drive, no.
Switching tracks, the South Delhi Municipal Corporation Mayor has issued a directive to the STMC Commissioner asking him to ban all the meat shops located in his jurisdiction. Meat shop owners claim the order will result in losses worth lakhs of rupees. Here's our report.
Petrol and diesel prices are spiraling, but municipality elections in Delhi and Mumbai mean that it's communal divisive issues which are being raked up. In Delhi, meat shops have shut at the high-end INA market, and some restaurants aren't serving non-vegetarian food after the BJP mayor of the local municipality called for a ban on the sale of meat during Navratri. 65-year-old Manjeet Kaur, who runs a meat shop, estimates her loss at over 1 lakh rupees.
ये मेरे फादर इन लॉ जब से पाकिस्तान से आए यही काम कर रहे हैं।
तो मतलब पहली बार ऐसा कोई ऑर्डर आया है कि मटन शॉप पे?
नहीं, फर्स्ट टाइम। मेरे को भी 25 साल हो गए यहाँ बैठते, कभी ऑर्डर ही नहीं दिया। जहाँ स्टार्टिंग में देते भी हम नराते हैं, मार्केट ही नहीं खुलेगी। अब मंडे को 2 दिन का माल आता है, मंडे ट्यूसडे, और दोनों दिन का माल बेकार जाएगा। अलाइव चिकन होता है, तो हमारा तो नुकसान है ना। या तो संडे को बता देते हैं, हम मंडे ट्यूसडे का माल नहीं मिला।
चिकन लेने के लिए यहाँ पे आया था। मेरा चिकन यहीं से सप्लाई जाता है। मैं रोज़ यहाँ से ख़रीदता हूँ चिकन अपने रेस्टोरेंट के लिए। तो आया, मैंने देखा दुकान बंद है। जो यहाँ पे ओनर हैं जिनकी दुकान से चिकन लेता हूँ, उनको पूछा, वो कह रहे हैं आप देख लो, आपको 5-6 दिन और स्ट्रगल करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि शॉप तो बंद रहने का ऑर्डर है
कस्टमरों में, ठीक है ना। तो ये दुकान कभी बंद नहीं हुआ कभी भी, यार पहली बार ऐसे होगा, पता नहीं क्या।
The South Delhi Mayor Mukesh Suryan claims he has taken the decision based on a survey he conducted, but hasn't shared details of this. Yet he says he will strictly implement his ban, stating that meat shops cause hygiene issues in surrounding areas.
ये फैसला तो अच्छा है और आपको दिखाना चाहता हूँ, लोग आके मिठाई खिला करके जा रहे हैं और जो ओनर्स हैं उन्होंने भी इस फैसले का स्वागत किया है। उसका एक हमने फैसला लिया और हम इसको इम्प्लीमेंट भी कर रहे हैं। मैं आपको चैनल के माध्यम से बताना चाहता हूँ।
The East Delhi Mayor, also of the BJP, is following suit. All this ahead of the proposed reunification of the MCD and elections of the civic body.
मीट विक्रेताओं से निवेदन है कि इन दिनों में पूर्वी दिल्ली नगर निगम में जितने भी मीट विक्रेता हैं वे अपनी दुकानों को बंद रखें। इसमें आपसी सौहार्द बढ़ेगा, एक दूसरे के त्योहार का सम्मान होगा।
The order by SDMC to shut down meat shops is being veiled as an order to respect the sentiments of a community during Navratri and an issue of hygiene. However, it is more of an assault on right to choice. And equally concerning is the fact that because of this diktat, lakhs of people across the national capital are now set to incur financial losses. In Mumbai, the BJP as well as MNS have begun protests against Azan over loudspeakers. A local BJP leader has promised a free loudspeaker for any temple. Elections in Mumbai's municipality, which is the country's richest, are expected to be held next month. And the opposition MNS raised the issue of loudspeakers on mosques, which the BJP welcomed.
गृह विभाग की यही भूमिका है, किसी ने भी समाज में एक डिस्टेंस निर्माण करने के लिए ऐसी कोई भी कृति नहीं करनी चाहिए, नहीं होना चाहिए। इसके बारे में भी आज मैंने कुछ चर्चा रखी है।
Shiv Sena, which has been doing the Hindutva politics, is in power in BMC for the last 25 years, and that's the reason why BJP and MNS both are attacking Shiv Sena on the issue of Hindutva.
With camera person Praveen Rohit, Sushil Rathi and correspondent Sohit Mishra in Mumbai, Akshay Dongre for NDTV.
Meanwhile, BJP MP Parvesh Singh Verma has extended support to the controversial ban on meat during Navratras announced by 2 Delhi mayors and said the ban should be extended across the country.
मैं चाहता हूं कि तीनों नगर निगम इसको लागू करें, पूरे दिल्ली एनसीआर और नहीं पूरा देश इसको लागू करे। देश में रमजान आते हैं या कोई क्रिसमस का त्योहार आता है तो सभी हिंदू भी उसके धर्म का पालन करते हैं, उनका सम्मान करते हैं। ऐसे ही जब हिंदुओं का त्योहार आए तो सभी को एक होकर देश की संस्कृति को आगे रखकर हमारे धर्मों का स्वागत करना चाहिए। तो कृपया उन सभी का सम्मान रखते हुए सभी इसका पालन करें तो अच्छा रहेगा। जितनी भी मोदी सरकार की स्कीम है वो सभी के लिए, सभी धर्म के लिए है।
Now, Delhi's 3 municipal agencies run by the BJP have been merged into one today after the Rajya Sabha passed a bill to this effect. It was already cleared by the Lok Sabha and now the President's signature is awaited. The centre has said the move to combine the 3 MCDs would ensure better operations, save costs and ensure better use of funds. Now, earlier, Home Minister Amit Shah had accused the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi of stepmotherly treatment towards the 3 civic bodies. Speaking in Rajya Sabha during a discussion on the bill to merge the 3 municipal corporations, Amit Shah said there is nothing in government records on the objectives behind trifurcating the Municipal Corporation of Delhi in 2012.
आप पार्टी की चुनी हुई सरकार के सौतेले मां जैसे व्यवहार के कारण ये निगम ढंग से काम नहीं कर रहे हैं। मान्यवर, तीनों निगमों के बीच में नीतियों के रूप में समानता लाना बहुत जरूरी है और वो तभी हो सकता है जब ये तीनों निगमों को एक कर पूर्ववत स्थिति बहाल की जाए। इसलिए मैं इसको लेकर आया हूं।
It is constitutionally suspect. It is legally untenable. It is administratively blunderous and it is politically hypocritical. This bill is about control, more control and more control by a control freak Sarkar.
Switching tracks to the upheaval in Sri Lanka, a group of Sri Lankan governing party lawmakers called for the appointment of an interim government, warning that a failure to do so would lead to violence and anarchy as demonstrators continue to demand the resignation of President Rajapaksa over the country's worst economic crisis in decades. The lawmakers urged the Speaker of Parliament to lead discussions with all parties to select an interim Prime Minister with the support of a majority of legislators. The largest opposition party, however, said it will not support any interim government and insisted that the President resign immediately.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's party lost its majority in the parliament. This after 41 lawmakers decided to become independent. Sri Lankan parliament met for the first time on Tuesday since the emergency to conduct a vote to determine the majority. The country is going through the worst economic crisis since its independence in 1948. The new finance minister quit today in less than 24 hours after being appointed. The last finance minister was the president's brother, Basil Rajapaksa. Amidst the growing economic crisis and political turmoil in Sri Lanka, a man in a police uniform was spotted supporting the protesters in Kotawa town in Colombo on Monday. He can be seen and heard chanting, "We are with you," even though we are in uniform. The police, however, said that they were yet to ascertain the identity of the man who joined the protests. Kids as young as 8-year-olds holding placards that read "Thank you for fighting for our future" sent out an emotional message that the common man are in deep distress. This stretch of road where over thousands of protesters converged was the road leading to the parliament. Sensing trouble, the cops shut the entry to the parliament. At the same time, the lawyers protested demanding the resignation of the president. While the government has collapsed in Sri Lanka, the Sri Lanka embassies have also temporarily shut in Oslo, Baghdad and a consulate general in Sydney as well. In fact, the entire country paints a very grim picture as far as the economic revival is concerned. On one hand, you have several people, including children and adults, protesting right outside the minister's residence, including the Prime Minister and the President. On the other hand, you have long queues right outside fuel stations and also cooking gas distribution centers for buying essentials. In Bengaluru, Shrija for NDTV.
Twitter Chief Executive Officer Parag Agrawal cautioned users to vote carefully on the edit button requirement poll put up by Tesla CEO Elon Musk. The billionaire has posted several Twitter polls in the past, but this time Agrawal said the consequences of this poll will be important after Musk became the top shareholder in the social media company.
Elon Musk, billionaire CEO and founder of Tesla and SpaceX, has been appointed to the board of Twitter. The announcement was made by Parag Agrawal on Twitter, where he tweeted out, and I quote, "I am excited to share that we are appointing Elon Musk to our board. Through conversations with Elon in recent weeks, it became clear to us that he would bring great value to our board. The news comes weeks after Elon Musk acquired a 9.2% stake in Twitter, making him the largest shareholder in the company. Musk responded saying, looking forward to working with Parag and Twitter board to make significant improvements to Twitter in coming months. Twitter founder Jack Dorsey congratulated Musk with a tweet saying, I'm really happy Elon is joining the Twitter board. He cares deeply about our world and Twitter's role in it. Earlier today, Musk also ran a poll asking users if they wanted an edit button on the platform, to which Agrawal responded that the consequences of the poll will be important. Twitter users have long asked for an edit button to fix typos or factual mistakes when tweeting. Twitter has, however, stuck to its ground to prevent the spread of disinformation. Musk is known to be a controversial personality on Twitter and enjoys over 80 million followers. He has also made frequent calls for a more democratic platform. The addition of Musk to Twitter's board could bring sweeping changes to Twitter's policies towards freedom of speech. Rubina Mongia, NDTV.